It's Christmas Day 2022, and I think it's important to remember while we celebrate with our friends and family, there are men and women serving in the United States Armed Forces overseas, protecting us so we can live in a free country and we can celebrate the holiday with our family and friends without worrying about anything, if you will. But with that said, I'd like to say that the backbone of the United States of America would be the Commander-in-Chief. And whether you like him or not, I've said this in the past, I was never a giant Donald Trump fan. But when you're the Commander-in-Chief, you have to show the men and women who serve under you that you have a backbone, you are a leader, and you are there for them no matter what. The president we have today is not that person. He does not have a backbone, but I believe Trump did. So I want to show you a quick clip of Donald Trump when troops were serving in Iraq, what he did to surprise them on Christmas Day. And I think it was fantastic. It was amazing. And they had no idea that he was even coming. So have a look at this clip.
The pitch black of night, with no lights on the plane or runway, Air Force One touched down in war-torn Iraq. Nearby, hundreds of troops had gathered at a remote military base in the desert to celebrate Christmas. They expected to be joined by senior military leadership, but instead got their commander-in-chief. The room erupted. A young soldier yelled from the back of the room, "Mr. President, I re-enlisted in the Army because of you." And the president replied, "And son, I'm here because of you." That soldier then came over to me and said, "Thank you, Sarah. I love the way you handle yourself. You have a tough job." I politely corrected him and told him thanks. But I take questions. You take bombs and bullets. That's a tough job. The soldier silently reached up and tore the Brave Rifles patch from his arm and handed it to me and said, "We're in this together." Overwhelmed with emotion and speechless, I just hugged him with tears in my eyes and a grateful heart for our heroes who keep us free.
So to me, that video clip just shows one thing, that Trump cared about the men and women who serve. He took it upon himself to go to Iraq and visit the soldiers on Christmas Day, flying into a war-torn country, blacked out, just to show them that the United States was behind them. And like Sarah Huckabee said, one soldier yelled from the back of the crowd, "I re-enlisted in the military because of you." And Trump's response was, "I'm here because of you." Now, I can only imagine how those troops felt. I would say that they were more than willing to be there because obviously they enlisted in the military. But seeing the president come see them on Christmas Day might have gave them that much more of a fighting spirit, if you will. And then we have Joe Biden, who has zero backbone, none. He's weak. He's a failure, and he's a laughingstock to every other world leader. So here's a quick clip of his Christmas address to the United States of America. And again, like Trump or not, after watching this clip, tell me who was the real leader and who was the follower and the failure.
I sincerely hope this holiday season will drain the poison that has infected our politics and set us against one another. I hope this Christmas season marks a fresh start for our nation, because there's so much that unites us as Americans, so much more that unites us than divides us. We're truly blessed to live in this nation, and I truly hope we take the time to look out for one another, not at one, for one another.
First and foremost, once again, he was beat by the teleprompter. He could not even say holiday without screwing it up. And then he said he hopes that this holiday season drains the poison that has infected our politics and separated us. What he fails to realize is he is the reason that the poison infected us. All of his bad policy, his cushy deals with other world leaders, and the giving away of taxpayer dollars in the billions to other countries is why Americans feel poisoned and feel let down. He is a man with zero backbone. He is weak. He's a follower. He's not a leader, and he never was a leader. And while he is in office, all he is going to do is continue to drain the American people of their hard-earned money. He's going to drain the American people of any hope that this country is still the greatest country in the world, because he does not care. He is covering up for failures from his entire political career, and he's covering it up by giving away our money to other countries, namely Ukraine, to fight a war that has nothing to do with us. He continues to blame everything else, other world leaders, on the problems in our country, but he'll never blame himself or anyone in his cabinet for the failures of his administration, because after all, he's blamed everyone for everything his entire life and certainly his entire political career, and he continues to do that today. So again, on Christmas Day, as we celebrate with our family and friends, think about the troops serving overseas. Think about everyone being away from their loved ones and their family. And think about when we had a president who had the balls to get on Air Force One and go visit our troops in the middle of the night while they were in a desert having Christmas dinner. And then think about this failure, Joe Biden, who sits probably in one of his mansions in Maryland right now, laughing because he's draining the American economy and he's draining the American spirit with all of his failures, when in his warped mind, he thinks he's doing something good. But we all know he knows what he's doing, and he knows that the only reason he's doing this is to keep himself and his family members out of prison for all of his criminal acts as president, certainly as vice president, and all through his entire Senate career. He has done nothing for this country, continues to do nothing, and we will not start to recover until Joe Biden leaves the White House in 2024. So all we can do is hope and pray that we all make it through these hard times, because we all know buying food for our Christmas dinner costs a lot more money. Buying presents for our loved ones costs a lot more money. And the reason for that is the failure of Joe Biden and everyone else who works under him. The man has no backbone. He is not a leader, and he never will be. So think about that when you're sitting down today and having your dinner, and just think about the people serving our country and what they're going through, being away from their family. And then think about Joe Biden, who cares not about anyone else but himself and his inner circle of criminals. And that's it. And that's my opinion. Thanks for tuning in. I wish everyone a happy and healthy Merry Christmas. If you haven't liked this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell. Share this video with someone if you will. I'd appreciate that. I hope everybody's healthy and safe, and I'll see you real soon with something else. Have a great day.